All right, let's jump in. Let's jump in. Hey, John Elliott. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, folks. We're going to jump right in and start wrapping these bars with white wrap, and I'll let you guys vote. The first thing you do is locate some Hunt Wild white wrap and white wrapper, man. Yeah. Take it out. I want to thank all my people for tuning in. The channel is really kind of cruising along now. Okay, so we're going to unroll this and cut it directly in half. That's just how I always start. You can do what you want. You could just start, you know, right here and start wrapping it and then cut it right there, shove it in, and then chances are this side's going to be short. So, how I do it is I unroll it and then I find the middle and then I cut it. And that way I know if I'm short on one end, then I got to go further that way and make it right. And then on that end, I'll know because it's the exact same amount. So first thing we're going to do is get it all dirty all over the floor. And looks like they gave me plenty here. Yeah, they gave you a lot. I think that other roll I was using was kind of short the other time. There was a Schwinn roll for this blue bike. And I think it was a little short because I was rewrapping that thing. I was, okay, so find the ends and just go to the middle. And then we'll just cut it right in half. And that way we know that we're in an even playing surface. Okay, so we're going to cut it right there. That's half. As soon as I find the scissors. Okay, so that's pretty much in half. We're pretty good. We're pretty good. Let's lay this other one over here somewhere. Let's get rid of it for a minute. And take a swig of some really cold coffee because that's how I roll. Okay, no jelly beans today. Sorry, we have fruit. We have sensible snacks. Okay, so I think I'm going to start. I can see a rust mark right here. Maybe I can get you in here. You can kind of see where it's really shiny right here. Let's get you in here. Maybe it'll pick it up. It's like a witness mark. I don't know if you guys can see that. But starting about right here, obviously it's rusty there, but you can kind of see some oxidization from here to there, and it's cleaner right here. I'm pretty sure the bar wrap started right about there, but we're going to go over just a bit to make sure, and we're going to start somewhere around there, and then we'll measure. We'll make it even on each side. Okay. Get you back where you guys go. Get back over there. Okay. Okay. Let's get rolling here. Quit yakking and start rapping. Yeah. All right. We got these off. We did take these off to make it easier. We'll put the safety levers back on once I'm done. So yeah, let's get rolling here, folks. We got stuff to do. This is only a 9-hour feed, you know. You can start any way you want. I usually start like going forward. So where's the mark? Now I can't see it. Yeah, it's right around there. But we're gonna start about a ½ inch even closer. I want to make sure I get down around there. I want to make sure that happens. So some people use tape right here, but I never do. I just pull it really tight and get a couple really tight wraps. Don't be afraid to give it the business. Okay, that's pretty tight. See, if you pull on this, it's not going to move now. That's not moving. It's not swirling around. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do this one side, and then we'll stop. And this is loose. Yeah, I got things kind of set up tonight. Kind of got a jump on the setup. Trying to make it even. Like I say, on that blue wrap I did on the varsity, the last live feed that we wrapped the varsity, it seemed a little short because I kept having to rewrap it. I'm hoping I have enough. This looks like plenty. I think Schwinn gave you just enough. So the vote right now is on the chrome caps that go in here, or I could use the gold. You guys tell me what. Hey, Larry Brightwell. What's up, Larry? I know you tried to call me the other day. I was so busy with some metal jobs, you know, because bikes don't actually pay the rent yet. Someday. What's Larry talking about? Ready to roll again. That's right. The white wrapper. That's me. Rolling, strolling, lips kind of swollen. Yeah, the one and only white wrapper. Okay, it looks like I have plenty here. We're just going to keep going, and hopefully I won't have to unwrap this like that last time with the blue bike. Like I said, I think they kind of, Schwinn was giving you just enough kind of stuff, you know. This roll looks good. We'll see. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. We'll see. And we're doing it. We're doing it. Yeah, this bike is way too small for me. So if you like what you see, make me an offer and we can make it happen, Captain. I hope I have enough. That's close. That is close. Man, I hope I don't have to rewrap this. I have a feeling I might. I might have spoke too soon about the great length they gave you. Oh man, I hope I don't have to rewrap it. It's getting close. Oh dear. Oh man, I don't know, folks. I should have started here. Oh dear. It's questionable. I remember last time I had to rewrap it like 4 or 5 times. Yeah, it's not going to make it. Oh, you guys. Oh, dude. Okay. I think right here, we're going to have to make these larger right here. Right in the center there. Yeah, we're going to have to make this corner more of an overlap. Less of an overlap. That's all right. We're not going to rewrap the whole thing. We're just going to gain. We're going to gain a little. You guys need to know about this. You know, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. And I make a lot of mistakes. Yeah. Okay. So we'll undo a little bit here. Okay, so we're just going to go real. We're going to go real far on the actual angle. And that way we can save on the tape. might cheat a little bit around this too. We'll see. Okay, I think we're going to make it this time. In fact, I'm so confident that we're going to make it. Very confident this is going to work this time. Yeah, we got plenty here. Okay, we're going to make it. Whew. See, that little bit making that longer, less of an overlap there gave us, like another 6 inches of material. And you're supposed to finish strong, like really get them tight, the wrap tight together. Oh, it's so close. Yeah, I think we got it. I'm going to make it a little tighter. This last 4 or 5 got to be a little tighter. That's okay. We got it. So we're kind of readjusting what's happening here. I know. We said we're only going to do it once. We were wrong. Okay, I'll answer some comments in a minute. As soon as I get this plugged off. Whew, yeah, it's not quite enough. Looks really good. Where can I skimp? We're going to have to skimp just a little bit more. We're getting it. I make the mistake so you don't have to, folks. I'm sure people out there are like, you're supposed to use 2 rolls, you dummy. You probably are supposed to use 2 rolls. Okay, we're getting it this time. Okay, we're getting close. Oh yeah, we got it this time. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, we got it. Let me get the cap. Oh, man, come on now. Get in there. Oh, man. Whew. Come on now. This is where a helper comes in. It helps to have a little bit to shove in there too, and I really don't. I only have the bare minimum here. Okay. Okay, give that a whack with the rubber mallet or something. It's good though. Oh yeah, we got it. That's nice. Whoo-wee. Okay, that was fun. Okay, we could put this safety lever on, but we're gonna wait till later. Okay, so let's measure from here to here, and I'll know where to start. And I'll just have to be super skimpy on this bend, so I have enough when I get down to that other end. Hey, Larry, Mr. Larry Bright, Smarty. We'll try to get the green racer to you soon, next couple of weeks or so. Oh man, don't worry. I'm just going to part out a running 3-speed bike to make that something, or a 5-speed. I'm just going to ruin a perfectly good 5-speed bike. Yeah, no worries, Larry. We did have like an art delivery out that way, but it turned out the lady wanted more artwork and wanted my wife to do more paintings, and then she was driving out here, so that worked out good. But I would have come and surveyed your shop for extra Schwinns, you know. Okay, let's take a measurement here, and we'll get a little Sharpie action. Because I really don't want to be short. That was close to being short on that edge. So that's 2 3/8. All right, let's put a little red Sharpie mark 2 3/8 or so I can kind of just get an idea what's going on. Yeah, so we got to hide that. We got to hide that little red mark there. And is that gonna bleed through the tape? Boy, that would really be sad if that bled through the tape. Let's get a pencil. I have a bad feeling about the whole Sharpie bleeding through the white tape thing. So we'll see if we can just make a mark here with pencil. It's okay. All right, where's that other roll? Here it is. All right, whew, it's getting hot out here. Okay. Oh, looks like people are watching. That's good. I know where Larry's from. Where are you other folks from? Okay, let's get this out of the way. This one I'm going to wrap towards the front as well. So is that right? Is that going to be... sure looks even. Two 3/8. 2 3/8. Okay, that's pretty even. That is pretty even. We got the cap ready. It's right over here. Actually get to that point. Okay, so some people tape these. I just make the first one really tight and catch it. And make sure it's tight. Like really pull it. Except I want the little notch to go to the back. So let's redo that. We'll put the notch back here. There. Because you see that under the tape. You see a little bit of where it starts underneath, and I'd rather have that to the back instead of the front. That's just me. Okay, so if you get 2 or 3 wraps on there and you can pull it and it moves, then start over. So we're going to go pretty radical on this one. We're going to start really trying to save on the tape right away. I don't want to end up like I was earlier, having to rewrap it and try to save and canter the tape at a better angle, you know. So we're gonna go big right now. Get this over with. We gotta put these brakes together and stuff. Can't be fooling around with this white tape all day. Yeah, see, I went pretty tight there, and then I rewrapped it here. So we're gonna go cantered pretty hard right away. Angled the tape. And some people like to have it in a roll in their hand, rolling it around. I'm not a big fan. You need to pull. You need to pull on it hard. You need to stretch it and pull and keep it tight. And doing all that with a tiny little roll in your hand is not quite going to do it for you. Okay, where are we at here? Yeah. Okay, I'm struggling here. Sorry. Right. Darn it. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to come this way. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Trying to make it. There's a line here that goes down. I was trying to make it even. And I guess there's just going to have to be a little triangle open like that one. I didn't really want that. Okay, we're still messing with this break area here. I wanted to make this even. Okay, we're going to start over on this part. Just on this part. We're not starting over totally. Don't worry. Okay, that's better. Whew. Hopefully I'll have enough. Looks like I have enough. Yeah, I think we're going to make it. Where's that cap? There it is. believe it. I didn't make it. Dang. Man, I should have started like right here. Okay. We're almost there though. It's close. I should have started like 3. It's all right. We'll make it. We just got to be really aggressive on this last part, on the angle. You guys see? Yeah, you can kind of. Yeah, you guys can see. So we're going to be more aggressive. Oh, Michael Roy, Colorado Springs. Cool. Prestige worldwide. Anyway, we're going to be more aggressive on this last part so I make it. But to do that, I got to get the cap. We'll put the cap in my pocket. We got to be aggressive so I can make this. On the rake, the angle of how you're wrapping needs to be very angled. And not much overlap, but you want to end strong with overlap, but at this case, I don't feel like rewrapping the whole thing. And hopefully we make it this time. It's going to be close. Wow, just not quite enough. Oh, we went aggressive. Okay, we're gonna have to go back even further, guys and girls. It's the world of. And somebody's gonna comment like, "I've never messed up before. I always get it right the first time." Good for you, buddy. What is your problem? I've never messed up on bar wrap. Okay, we gotta go aggressive here. Really rake it. It's not helpful. This bars are flapping around either. Okay, I think this is gonna be the 3rd time here. Oh, we got it. Oh, yes. Whew. We got it. Okay, where's that cap? Wow, that was crazy. Get the mallet. Where is it? Dude. All right. Okay, we did it. Woo. I wasn't going to use these gold ones, but nothing beats the right Schwinn parts. Although this white wrap isn't Schwinn either, but it was Hunt Wild. But I could have used these gold ones, but I like the chrome ones. Yes, Michael, it does seem like it always takes a few attempts. But I'm sure someone's going to chime in and say, "What's wrong with you? I always do it one shot. Like you just start further back. Quit trying to save so much bar wrap. Here, start like right here." Anyway, it looks pretty good. All right, we're gonna put the safety levers on now, and then we'll yeah, we gotta put the safety levers on, because then you got to put the cables in, and with the safety levers off, your adjustment will be off. And let's do that. And we need a tiny bit of grease. Okay, wow, it's hot out here. That was challenging. It wasn't as bad as the blue varsity that I did on the live feed. That tape, I think Schwinn skimped you a little bit on that, or maybe Schwinn wrapped it from here back, or like that little extra part that you didn't have to deal with means more wrap at the end. Anyway, let's put the safety levers on. We got to put a dab of grease here on each one of these little pegs, and then I'll show you the washer and everything that goes in there. I think we're going to use a screwdriver. That way we don't get stuff all over the place with our nice new clean bar wrap. Okay, those are greased up. And then this little washer goes on. I will show you. It's a special washer just for safety levers. So it's the right diameter to go on that little peg, that anodized peg. Get you guys in here. Okay. Here's the other side. Okay, there's still a little grease on that. That's good. And then there's a plastic cap in these as well. This is this side. They don't interchange, by the way. There's a plastic sleeve in there. And I always like to put grease on there, on the plastic sleeve, everything. Everything needs grease. You can wipe it off your brand new bar tape later. Okay, that feels good. All right, where's that rag? Okay. Let's wipe the excess grease off now. Okay. Actually, this one is for this side. That's okay. We'll put it on the right side, the correct side. So washer, sleeve. Something's going on here. Oh, right. The plastic sleeve actually. I think the plastic sleeve goes on the inside. Yeah. Yeah, pretty sure the plastic sleeve goes on the inside of this. We'll see how it feels. Then there's a tiny little brass washer there, like a weird little lock washer that goes on this built-in washer. And you could put a little grease on that too. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Okay, let's do the other side here. This one, this washer appears to be in from the outside. Maybe I got it wrong. Yeah, I think I may have got that wrong. Looks like the plastic washer pushes in from the outside. Let's try it and see which one feels better. I may have got that one wrong. It happens. I think I got that first one wrong. It happens. Let's see how that feels once I tighten it up. Yep, I put this one in wrong. Apparently, the plastic washer presses in from the outside, so I put this one in wrong. I'll probably have to check. On that. It sure does feel better on the other side. We'll switch it over real quick. Here, put that screwdriver right there for a minute. Yeah, it sure did feel better the other way. Watch me drop the plastic sleeve in the dirt. Okay, here we go. I saw the witness mark on the plastic from the little brass, from this little brass washer. I saw a witness mark on there, so I'm just assuming. Oh, I have a pair of Schwinn bars down there that have never been disturbed. Let's check that, and we'll know. Yeah, but that feels much better. Pretty sure the washer goes in that way, but let's check these Schwinn bars I have down here. Yep. Here's a pair of, this is a pair of like a 77. Yes, these are a pair of 77s, lime green, and it appears that the washer, let's look at this. Let's take one side apart and see where the washer is. If it's pressed in from the outside, then we are correct. I hate to do this because this has never been apart, but just for scientific purposes, yes, it is pressed in. I believe it's pressed in from the, yes, the plastic washer is pressed in from the outside of the safety lever. So unless they change designs, well, I don't really know what year those levers are from, so I'm just guessing, but it appears that the plastic washer does go in that way. Okay. Now you know. All right, so those are good. We can put some cables on. The cables are ready to go. Let's see here. And like I said, this bike is going to be for sale. Let's see if we got this even. Oh yeah, 2 3/8. 2 3/8. Yeah, this distance looks good. It looks good. I'm not a big fan of the white wrap because your hands are sweaty and grubby from when you're biking, you're sweating. I'm not a big fan of that, but it has the gold and white S seat for now anyway. And I wasn't going to cough up this Coppertone wrap. I have a Coppertone wrap for this bike, but I decided not to use it. Okay, so let's put the cables on. I mean, they're ready to go, really. We just got to put them in. Let's get our little park tool. Park tool BT-1, brake tool -1. Okay, put that on. Okay. All right. I think we're going to need more than that. So let's unloosen that. I think I need an 8 or a 9 millimeter. Let's see here. Boy, that is one rusty bolt too. I wish I had something better. That's really rusty. Yeah, I don't have anything good. Oh well. I guess we're going to use it. I might change that out. If I do sell this bike, I'm probably going to change that out to something a little nicer. Okay, we have plenty of room here now. Voila. Dang hornets. Okay, now I don't know the condition of this front wheel, so we might set these a little loose. Okay, so we're going to pull this with a pair of pliers and tighten up that other one. And then we'll take the tool off and spin the wheel. Yeah, I've definitely got to change that bolt out. That's terrible. It's pretty chewy and rusty. Okay, let's take the tool off. Oh, we got to undo this rope too. Yeah, let's spin the wheel. Why isn't it moving? All right, let's take this off. Let's see. Let's read some comments. Lewis Gardner, sent sunshine for 200 joules. Awesome. I've never seen you chime in before. Where are you from, Mr. Lewis Gardner? Are you from Florida? Huh. Oh, there's 8 people watching right now. That's good. All right, let's take this off. I know there is a tool. There is a tool that holds the bars. They make one. I just don't have it, and I'm not going to spend $50 on a tool that holds bars to the frame straight. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. This was free. Okay. All right. Let's spin the front wheel and see what we got. Oh, we definitely got to center that brake. Yeah, we got to center that. Where's the old elusive 10 millimeter? The struggle is real. Don't lose the 10. Okay, front wheel needs a little truing, to say the least. Yeah, the front wheel, yeah. Let's see if we can get that out right now while we're messing around. Yeah, that's pretty bad. There's a pretty big lump in there. It might be a dent. It's a little of both. Oh yeah, it's a big dent. Oh dear. Oh dear. We might try to use this tool real quick. This is a really nice tool to have. Oh, okay. Lewis Gardner, Southern Indiana. All right, dude. All right, smooth. So we got let's see, I know Larry's from North Carolina somewhere. Where's he from? Somewhere east of me, an eastern North Carolina. And we got Michael from Colorado Springs, which is probably in Colorado or Denver. And we got Southern Indiana right on. We got worldwide prestige. Okay, you guys haven't seen me use this tool. It's a nice little tool. Go away, spider. Come on. It's a nice little tool, and there's 3 different settings to deal with it. Lewis Gardner, I live in a town like no other. I is Sharonville near you? Is that Indiana? I went to school in Sharonville for like 4 months when I was a kid. And Miguel Vela, Miami Beach, right on. Oh, and of course, Christopher Stapleton down in Ocala. I've actually ridden my bike there, a bike. And we stopped there on the way back from Sanibel once, visiting some people. And Sanibel's awesome to take a ride on, but it's all bike trails. But we did stop in Ocala, and man, that's some good, nice trails around there if it's the right time of year. Okay, we're gonna use this tool. It's gonna be great. Using it on the bike is okay. It's better to have it up in a truing stand, and we'll see if I can just kind of give it a little crunch first. We'll see if I have it on the right setting here, and I'll see if I can work this. We may have to take it off and put it on the truing stand. We'll give it a shot, though. We'll give it a college try. Okay, so the idea behind this is this side of the tool is kind of the gripper holder, and this is the cruncher muncher. So you kind of grip it on one side and kind of look on the other side and kind of work it in. And man, this is a really bad dent, dude. Wow. Oh yeah, that's terrible. Oh man. Wow, that's a rough one. Well, let's okay. We know it's really bad right now. Oh man, I don't know, folks. It's a poor mechanic that blames his tools. We know it's right here, so we're gonna give it a shot. All right. Okay, where is it? It's right here. I could put a little mark on it. You know what? I'm gonna use some red Sharpie on that. Yeah, this room is damaged really bad. If I was smart, I'd start looking in the rack for another rim because this one is really bad. There's a big smash mark here. It's right here. Don't worry if a little red Sharpie gets on the brake pad. It's okay. It's gonna be okay, Sonny. Okay. All right, we'll give it a shot. And this is not on the right setting. Okay, we're going to change this to the smaller one. Okay, we're trying to thread it into the smaller hole right now. And we have success. I always thought they needed a thumb screw on this. Anyway. All right. Let's give it a shot. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. So the idea is you grip it and you crunch it and move it at the same time like this. You're kind of massaging the softer metal onto the chrome. And then you check it. Oh, yeah. That's a little better. And there's a dent right here. You guys can't see it. Oh, yeah. There's a big dent right here on both sides. Oh, man. You know what? Why am I even messing around? I need to start looking up in the rack. This rim is garbage. I would not sell the bike with this rim. It's just, it wouldn't happen. But for testing purposes, we're okay. Yeah, somebody hit a big curve on that. Okay, let's get this side while we're ready to go. Okay, so we got the holder side. And we're going to go to that little mark we made. Can you guys see that? And we're going to pinch it and hold it and move it at the same time. Oh, yeah, we got that one. Okay, so you guys can't see. There's one on this side. And we're just going to do a quick hold it on this side and pinch it. A little better. Not bad. Okay, so let's true it right now. Or I could look up in the rack. And God, that wheel's terrible, folks. Oh man. Let's see. Who's talking? Who's talking about what? Time for a new rim. Lewis Gardner. Yeah, it's time for a used, new to me, although I have a few fronts up here. But I repacked this one already. Yeah, I thought I could, when I was repacking it, I was like, oh, I think I can bring this one around. Or did I? Looks like fresh grease. Let's try to true it up and go from there. And if it's really bad, I'll look around. I don't think I have a lot of rears, but I think I have a few front Schwinns up there. I see a rear. Huh. Michael Rowe. I used Goldfinger silver on my heavily pitted rim. Looks much better. Handlebars as well. Awesome. Sometimes you gotta just fill in that stuff. Christopher, wow, great job. Well, now I just need to true it and we'll see what I can do. That tool is a really nice tool. If you have a chance to get one. This part of it grabs the rim and it's aluminum. It's like a higher grade aluminum. And so the softer part, this part grabs the rim, and then this is the business part here. And you kind of like grab the rim and then force it up and move that up, move the tool at the same time. And it kind of glides over the bump, the aluminum part. And you can see where most of the wear is on this tool is right in the middle of that. That's where you're forcing it to glide over the bump. It's made by Bicycle Research. I don't think they make these new anymore, but I've seen them on eBay for some ridiculous price. It's nice to have. And I have no idea what this part is. You're not going to take a tire off with that pointy part. I don't know what was going on there. Maybe they should have made that into a tire spoon, or I'm not quite sure why that's one is pointy and the other one's not. I'm trying to chime in if you know. All right, let's do this up. If I can find my truing apparatus. Okay, got my truing apparatus here. On this truing spoke, I basically taped off everything but the 15. So the only one I can put that on is the 15. That's just most of the time that's what you're going to be doing. Okay, so let's try to true this up. You don't need to put it in truing stand. You can use the brakes. Man, I could get you closer somehow. Maybe I could put you on this rolling cart. Yeah, let's see if we can get you on here. This is a Faulkner Fixes All first here. We're going to go low. We're going low. That's better. Now, the feed might blow up. We'll see what's happening here. Yeah, this is great. This is not great. Give me a second. Well, it's kind of better. Yeah, it's better. You guys can see. All right, so we're going to use the brake pads to tell me what to do. And it's telling me to replace the rim. Okay, so it's whopping on this way pretty bad. It's got a huge up and down hop. And we're not going to deal with the up and down hop in the frame. Now, we could take it apart and put it on the truing stand and get rid of the up and down hop. But I think the damage is too severe. Somebody hit a curve really hard. We shouldn't have to take that aluminum tool and crunch back pieces of the rim. When there's big dents in it like that, you can get them out, but then you true it, but they're still kind of there. So anyway, enough yakking. Let's try to, we can see it's hitting right here. Right near the valve stem, actually. About the valve stem for about 4 or 5 spokes. It's hitting on this side. So what we're going to do is, these are already kind of loose. We're just going to suck these two over pretty hard if they move. That's another whole thing. Oh, that's the sound you want. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but maybe this one will do it. Listen closely. Oh, it didn't do it. It's like this tink, tink, tink sound. Did you hear it? It's a little like tink, tink, tink. When that's happening, you're actually moving the spoke end on the spoke. If you don't hear that, it's either stripped really loose, or if it's really tight and you're really struggling and you don't hear that sound, you're probably just twisting the spoke around. And if you keep going, you're going to break the spoke. And that's really a problem on the drive side of the rear wheel, because there's no way to snake a new spoke in without taking the freewheel off. So if you're working on someone's bike or your bike and you not really want to get really into it, then go easy, especially on the drive side where the freewheel is. It's not like an old bike that has the notch in the, like an old cruiser bike from the 30s. They put a little notch in the gear and you can thread a spoke in without taking the hub apart. But on 10 speeds, they don't do that. And if you break a spoke on the drive side, you know, how far are you going to go? Like, how far do you really want that wheel to be true? Like, if you got broken spokes or you're breaking spokes, it may be time to just order a whole bunch of spokes and redo the rim. Okay, so we tightened 3 spokes on that side, and it is not rubbing near the valve stem anymore. But what happened was, so it's not rubbing there anymore. There's the valve stem right there. It's not rubbing. We did good, but we made the problem go to another country. You got to think globally. The problem, it went to another country, and now it's way down in Brazil. It's 180 out. Well, it's close. It's about 10 or 12 spokes away from where we were. And it's the same deal. It's going this way. So we're just going to kind of see where it's at. Okay. We know from here to here has to go that way. So are these loose? Yeah, these are loose. This wheel's never been trued. So we're going to tighten up these 3. And they are tightening. I can feel them move. Just a little. We don't want to go hog wild here. Okay, it is now not rubbing there. But what is it doing? Now we have to tighten up the brake a little. We've done so well that we're going to have to tighten up the brake because we don't have this in a truing stand. If it was in a truing stand, we would just screw the adjustments in until it rubs again. But since we don't have well, we do have a truing stand. I'm just being lazy. Okay, so let's compress this a little with our hand, and we'll bring this adjustment out. And that's why it's important to have grease on your adjuster barrels. Okay, so is that going to rub now? Yes, that is going to rub. Where's it rubbing? It's rubbing right here. It's got a heck of an up and down hop. Okay, it's rubbing right here. Let's kick it over a little bit. Imagine that it's rubbing right where right where that red dot is. Gee, wonder why it's rubbing there. Okay. Okay, this rim is rideable, but it's got a terrible up and down hop from those two giant dents where someone hit a curb. We can't make this any better. It's true this way. It's not bad this way, straight up and down. But if you look at it this way, that's quite a little lump. There is a way to get that out. You loosen up everything, especially that quadrant that's lumped down. You take the spokes really loose or even flay them out. And you take a big piece of wood and you hammer it out. It's not perfect. This rim is bad. Okay, so yeah. Let's move on to the back rim. Maybe something better is happening in the back. Yeah, I'm not going to sell the bike this way though. Definitely not. Yeah. Back rim's better. Yeah, back rim's not bad. All right, let's put the let's get you back up where you guys go. Enough of that silliness. Let's put the cable on the back wheel, on the back brake, and we'll go from there. Okay. All right. Now we're going to put the we're going to put this front back brake cable on, and then we'll look at the back wheel. All right, we're doing good. All right, let's get our park brake tool and put it on there. And this one I'm going to set a little loose too. I mean, this rim isn't, I haven't trued this yet, but I'm sure it's going to need some truing, but it's not as bad as the front. And that front rim is terrible. So we're going to bring this out and give yourself a few inches here, and then we're going to fish down and try to get the little holder down in there. You can see it. It wants to happen. There it is. Okay. Now we're going to pull this. And we're going to check these little barrels under the frame here. Make sure those are in. Make sure that's in. Make sure that barrel's in. Make sure this is in. And now we can pull it. But before we do that, I think I'm going to give myself a little room on this barrel. I have a feeling that we're going to need it. When we true the wheel, we need a little extra room on that. So let's give ourselves some room. And we'll pull it and we'll tighten it. I believe it's 8mm. Okay. All right. We're doing good. All right, let's take the brake tool off. Remember to take the brake tool off. All right. Okay, that little rubber thing is not interfering with the cable. That's good. Safety levers. Good. Now, Schwinn didn't call these safety levers, by the way. Would you like to know what Schwinn called them? Schwinn didn't call those safety levers. Schwinn patented them and called them dual position brake levers because you can hit the brake from up here, which doesn't really do much, by the way. These always were like kind of a gimmicky, whatever. It was a safety thing because you didn't have to take your hand away from the bars. You could be riding in the middle like that and you could brake. But to get the full maximum brake power, you need to be down on the lever right here. But here is better than nothing. I mean, you can slow down enough to where you could get down here. So there was a safety thing involved, but Schwinn didn't call them. Schwinn called them dual position safety levers. And I believe they first came out in 67 or 68. I can't remember the exact year. One of those 2 years. And they did patent them. They are patented. And they are called dual position safety levers. Just so you know. They're not, dual position brake levers. Schwinn did not call them safety levers. So there you have it. Back to your regularly scheduled shenanigans. Okay, so we're going to put this in the middle where it will actually do something. Yeah, this rim's not too bad. It's got a little hop. A lot of that's in the gum wall. They don't make gum walls to be even anymore. No one at the factory does a very good job with painting gum walls or whatever the process is. They don't quite get the gum wall even anymore, unless you buy some really like Continental or some really good tires. If they're Kendas, they're just kind of pressed. The rubber is molded, and whatever they do to make the gum wall be different color, it's not even. So anyway, let's true this one up. This one is in much better shape. I did repack this wheel. I did put a new freewheel on here. But that's another problem I don't like, and I'll show you in a minute once we true this up a little bit. This one's not bad. I must have had this in the stand. It's a little close there. Let's I'm going to leave this alone. I must have had this in the truing stand. Yeah, I mean, some of that's in the rim, but some is in the actual, you can see the gum wall popping around. I've showed everybody this before, but it's, especially you can see right here, it's a little bit lower, and then you zoom it around to here and it's high. So what's happening is giving you that optical illusion of the tire moving. And the tire is really not that bad. The rim, this is a good rim. One thing I did notice, I replaced the freewheel and I'm not happy with it. And why I'm not happy with it, I will show you. I'll show you exactly why I'm not happy with it. When you coast, the freewheel is doing one of these numbers. Yeah, it's not cool. And that's brand new. See how it's kind of dancing? See how the freewheel is kind of like whoopie doopie 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 doopie. Wumpy bumpy, wumpy bumpy. Yeah, and that's a brand new freewheel. It wasn't cheap. It was like 24 bucks. So I'm probably going to find a decent Schwinn one or maybe a higher quality one. I'm not happy with that at all. It's okay for now. Yeah, this back wheel is good. Decent pads on there. Okay, let's we'll take this off. Or should we leave it on? Let's see. No, we're okay. These are good to have. Okay, let's see. Are we going to look for a better front wheel? Let's look for a better front wheel. I just, this front wheel is just really bad. So we're going to look around. First, we're going to look up there. I'm going to look real quick. There's a rear. Oh, there is a front. I'll be darned. There is a front wheel there. It's not a quick release. That's probably a plus. It has wheel locks on it. I don't think this bike has wheel locks. We do have a front wheel up there. Let's get it down and see what condition it's in. I'm not really down with the whole quick release thing anyway. It's not really something you see me ride, whether or not somebody in 1965 had one on their varsity. They probably did, but let's get this one down and give it a spin. It looks like I repacked it too. Okay. Let's get the chair over there. Bear with me. We're going to get a rim off of this rack. Wish me luck. Can you guys see me standing on the appropriate tool? Can you see me now? Okay. Okay, don't need that. Goodbye. Yeah, it's a Schwinn wheel. It doesn't have the super knurling like the other one. It's a very light knurl. Let's just give this a spin. Oh yeah, I definitely repacked that. That's fresh. Okay, we'll give it a spin. See how it looks. It does have wheel locks on it. Strange. I don't know if that's better than that one or not. Let's put it in the touring stand. Yeah, I don't know if that's better than that one or not. I think that's our only option, really. Yeah, I don't see another one up here. Imagine that. I'm running low on Schwinn front wheels. All right, let's put it in the stand. Let's put it in the truing stand, and we'll just see how bad is bad. I kind of thinking that it's better than the one I put in there. I mean, it's better than this one, but I'm not sure. Let's get you as close as possible. Okay, we're over here. Okay, we're over here now. Let's see. Christopher Stapleton. I also have a 65 Schwinn Stingray that would be near mint if I had a front fender. Razor tip? Is it a razor fender? Is it a skinny 65 or is it a what do they call that? Is it an S5 Stingray or is it the S7 Stingray? I can look. I might have a front fender. I know I got a rear one over here. No, that's a rear. Remember. I was working on this. Girl's Stingray. I think I put a front fender on that. I'm not sure. Remind me to look before we sign off. If I have it, I'll hook you up. Okay, let's take this tire off, and we'll put this non-quick release wheel in the stand. It does feel less bumpy than the other one. I tell right now, like it doesn't have those big lumps. Oh, there's a little one here. Or is that the tire? Oh no, it's a ripped tire. Yeah, always check things out, folks. That tire is ready to blow right there. I don't know if you can see it. Always look for these things. Where is it? Yeah, it's right here. It's right there. What do you see? You see a little doodah. That could really ruin your day. Yeah, when you're buying used bikes and stuff, always feel around and look around the bead around the bead. So this tire is pretty much toast. Let's take the tube and tire off anyway. Like we're gonna switch it over. I'll put it in the stand and we'll give it a spin. We'll put it in the truing. We're actually gonna do it right. We're gonna put it in this truing stand. Okay. We don't have all day. We don't have all day. We're gonna use a valve tool here. We don't have all day. We got stuff to do. Ain't nobody got time for all that. Woo, that was seated good. I hope I saw that little rip in the tire when I was trying to seat this. I hope I was aware of that. I probably didn't. Okay. There is water. There is liquid on this tube. Huh. Interesting. Smells like dirty water. Yeah. Love that dirty water. This tube is from Boston. Yeah. I mean, this tube is still good, but that tire has there is a big problem there. Okay. Throw that to the side. And for some reason, I did repack this, and that is nice. I can tell it's all clean right here, and there's no dog hair and stuff. And it feels pretty good. And it looks better than that other one. Not much. Let's put it in the stand and see if we can true it up. And to do that, we got to take these wheel locks off because they'll get crunched in the stand. And this particular Coppertone Schwinn does not have. These were a later thing. I think we came up with 1970 on that. We had a bunch of people talking about it a couple feeds ago. And we had a whole bunch of people talking about 1969 or 1971. And I had a bike that was a 71 that did have them. And there was a 69 Racer up here that didn't have it. And then somebody said they had a 69 Stingray that did. So let's just play it safe and say around 1970, Schwinn started to use this dual safety washer thing, but you had to have the fork that had it too. Like this fork is just a straight cut. It doesn't have that extra wide hole to hold it in. I've showed people many times. If I have a fork around here, I'll show you, but I don't. Anyway, let's pop this in the stand. Love that dirty water. Yeah, that tube's from Boston. Hey man, don't be talking about my town like that. Boston Harbor's clean. I used to swim in there when I was a kid. Nothing happened to me. Yeah, the water's clean. Okay. I don't know. It's got a big up and down hop. We're going to have to find a better rim. We can try to get this hop out, though, maybe. Wow. This is farther during a live feed that I want to go. This is going to take a minute. That's quite, I mean, this way is okay. You know, we're okay this way. There's water on this. What is water doing in here? What is going on? Love that dirty water. I hope no one from Boston is listening. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can get that out. You know what? Let's try to get that out, and then we'll look at the up and down hop. It's got to be better. It's got to be better than this one. All right, put these locks away. The truing spread. Did you guys see what I did with the truing? I guess I'll have to use this one. We know this isn't any good. All right. Yeah, we got some action there. We got some stuff here. Yeah, that's gonna. We can get that out. I can get this out, no problem. These spokes aren't frozen, but I don't know about the up and down hop. I can see it. It's still better than that rim, though. Still, it is still better than this quick release rim. This thing is horrendous. Yeah, that's really bad. I think I'm going to make the judgment call, and we're going to true up this other one real quick and see what we can do. Christopher Stapleton, truing is always interesting. It's an art. You got to be patient, and when you tighten one spoke, loosen the other, and you get it straight, but you've made the problem go away. It's like sending the government in some tax money in advance. You've made the problem go away, but they're going to want their money. I don't know why. Why am I talking about that? Okay, so let's go. There's a little blip there. So this quadrant has to go that way. And these are kind of loose, so I'm just going to go for it. And I'm going to tighten this up. Wish I could get you in a little closer. And I wish I could find the correct truing tool. Okay. Gotta find that other truing thing. That's not it. What did I do with that? Did I put it down here? You guys gotta watch me. And I'll try to use this thing. Oh, I guess I'll just have to use this. Okay. Okay. Right here on this side, for a good distance, it needs to come this way. So let's check these. They're kind of loose. And see if we can tighten these up. Oops. That's the wrong one. Now I'm hearing that sound I was talking about, which is good. The little click, click, click sound. That probably is enough. Let's spin it locally. Oh, there's the sound. That's good. We went a little too far. That's okay. Okay, we want it to come this way. Yeah, I'm not having any issues. I'm having some issues with this truing spoke. Let's try this one. I just set that one down somewhere. Might have to be the end of the live feed on that, folks. Oh, this one's a little better. Okay. I found one that actually works. Okay, so we're going to tighten that up a little. And we're going to make it go that way. Good. Okay. Whatever I did just there, we fixed that whole area. That spoke must have been really loose. Now here's something you have to do. I don't know the condition of this trim. I know I repacked it. So let's just go around and finger test all of these. And if there's one that's kind of really loose, then we'll just give it a tighten. That one's pretty bad. Let's tighten that one up. Just randomly, we're just going to tighten it. It doesn't feel very tight, and it's not. Okay. There is a gauge for this. There is a tool for this. We don't have it. How many times have you heard me say that? There is a tool for this, and we don't have it. I don't have it. Okay. There's a little tool that measures the spoke tension. You put it in there. I can kind of feel that the rest of these are, that one's not cool. So we're not even dealing with truing it right now. We're just feeling what's happening with the spokes. Is there one that's really loose? No, they're all good. There was a few, and we kind of got to it. Okay, so let's go back to this. Okay, that side's rubbing just a little. We could loosen this up, but these are all fairly loose. So we're just going to tighten this side up a little bit. If this was all brand new spokes and it was a fresh build, I would definitely loosen the side before tightening these other ones. But this is just an old funky rim. Okay, we did it. And there's a little blip there. Yep. Right here, there's a dent. There's a small dent right here. I can feel it. Okay, let's get the bicycle research tool. Okay. Let's get the Sharpie. It's right here. Yeah, it's a small bit. Right. Better. Okay, this rim is true, but there's a slight up and down hop, but it's not like that one. So do we change the rim liner because it's hideous and put that other new tire on and call it good? That's probably the best rim that I'm going to find right now. So let's while there's no tire and tube in there, I'm definitely going to clean around the valve stem hole. Yeah, I see some rusty watermarks too. I wonder what happened. I must have ridden this in the rain, maybe? Strange. All right, let's take this rim liner off. We'll put a new rim liner on. We'll take this tire and tube off that one, switch it over. I'm pretty sure I already repacked this, which is good. Let's take this crappy rim liner off, and we will wire brush. There's actually water on that. And we're going to run the wire brush in this right now. And hopefully it won't get on my apple and orange over there. Actually, let's move the edible food away from the rusty area. Let's move the food away. Note to self. There's no reason to eat rust. Okay, let's get a wire brush. We'll clean this up a little. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, we wrapped these bars. We did a pretty good job. Looks pretty snazzy. We did not use these gold non-Schwinn plugs, although they're cool. We used actual chrome Schwinn plugs. And then we put the front brake together and realized that the front wheel is a total piece of junk. We tried to straighten it with the Bicycle Research straightener. We used this. We made it a little bit better, but it's still very bad up and down hop and some big dents. 2 big areas that somebody hit a curb or hit something, a small rodent, whatever. And then we went to the rack and got this other rim down, which is in the truing stand right now. And we're going to wire brush it up. And we're not going to deal with the up and down hop right now. It's not too bad. And we're going to put this new tire from here over and a new rim liner. We might take the rim liner off of that because I think that was new as well. Let's start scrubbing. And that's the update. And that took us an hour and a half. Wow, man. I gotta just keep doing my regular job because I never make any money at bikes. Well, I've had to talk to you guys too, so when you're talking and explaining instead of working. That's yeah, we're gonna actually put this on for a second. It's one thing getting rust on your food, but in your lungs is a different story. Okay. All right. Okay, it's still rusty, but not as bad. There's one more thing we can do. We can fire up the compressor and blow through the little weep holes in the rim and just blow all the rust out. I might do that. It's probably a good idea. Okay, so there's little drilled holes when they make the rim. They're just kind of in the rim on the side. And when you find a rusty rim that you took some rust off of, if you don't have compressed air, then there's nothing you can do. But we're going to blow some of it out. You might see some of it blow out. We'll see. Okay, all the rust is all gone right now, so we can take this off. Yeah, there's no fine particles of rust in the air right now because we have the mask on, so it's good, right? Okay. All right, so it's got a slight up and down hop. It's not too bad. We could try to get that out. What's the vote? Oh, I found the right truing spoke too. Okay, what's the vote? Should I try to get the up and down hop with the rest of the time we have, which is about 20 minutes? It's going to take me a little longer. Or should we just slap it on there and call it good until the next live feed? And you guys can vote on. We should have the 71 varsity back from the. I could have got it back from the powder coaters today, but I didn't have a chance. So we can vote on me getting the up and down hop out of this rim, or we can start assembling the 71 varsity with the fresh powder coat. So that'll be the vote. So yeah, let's just switch the tire over and just put this on. It's much better than that rim, and I'll show you the difference in just a moment. So let's get a rim liner on this. Let's just put a new one on. New rim liner, that's good. Boy, sure is getting messy out here. Okay, take a gander at this, and then I'll spin the other one in a minute with the tire off of it. And yeah, it's got a little bit of an up and down hop. That's really not that bad compared to that other one. That's rideable. I probably would even sell the bike with that. It's not bad. The hub's nice. The hub's repacked. Okay, let's put this rim liner on. And we'll quickly take the tube and tire off of this other rim and go from there. And throw that other rim in the scrap pile. Yeah, who said it was time for a new rim? Somebody did comment that it was time for a new rim. Lewis Gardner, time for a new rim. Yeah, well, not new, but a different rim for sure, because that rim is really bad. Right now we're just forcing this rim liner on, and we'll go from there in a minute. Now, don't undo your hand from the rim liner until you're sure that everything's good. Just leave your finger in there. You know why? Because look at all that. It's not even on the spokes. So then you just kind of make sure that these are over the spokes. You've got your finger under there. So, or a screwdriver, whatever you're using. So now we know that this is pretty good. It's on all the spokes. But we need to push it this way for the valve stem hole. Now we'll let go of it. Now, when I was brushing this with the wire brush, it wasn't so much getting the rust off of the surface. I was making sure that this surface right here, this little edge, didn't have remnants of a gum wall tire or remnants of a tire. I've seen that a few times where someone didn't clean the rim very good, and there was a big piece of a gum wall tire stuck to that, and then the tire wouldn't seat because there's that crud in the way. So always make sure, look at both sides. And that's basically why I was getting some of the rust off as well, but you just kind of eyeball along here and make sure that there's no remnant. And also look where the rim is welded together. Like that's a little sharp. I might hit that with the file. It's a little sharp. Schwinn was, it was the 70s, folks. They were pumping out bikes as fast as they could, especially after that movie Breaking Away came out. Yeah, Schwinn was pumping out those varsities like one every 4 seconds. Okay, so that's kind of sharp on this side. And that would also prevent the tire from seating. And you could even get a puncture if it was really sharp. This one's not so bad, but I'm going to kind of hit it with this file a little bit. Better to do that with the rim liner off, but you get the idea. Now we've made that a little better. It's a little smoother, a little less pokey, sharpy stuff that could affect the tube. In fact, that's really sharp. Let's peel this rim liner off for a second. Better. Okay. That is better. Yeah. I know that's nitpicky, but that was sharp right there, and that could puncture your tube, and it could prevent the tire from seating there. Just give yourself the best chance you have. Schwinn, like I said, after that movie Breaking Away, Schwinn was pumping out 10 speeds. They were pumping out varsities. They were everybody that made bikes. After that movie, there was a huge 10-speed craze. And I hate to say it, but the quality of 10 speeds went down because they were just pumping them out. They weren't concerned about the runouts on the rear hubs. Bikes were getting made very quickly from, I think that movie was 75, 76. Look it up. Breaking Away. It's a great movie. There was one scene where they're racing Huffy 10 speeds. You had to have a Huffy. It was the Huffy 400 or something. And you had to have a Huffy. So he was like, the main character in the movie was like using a small lathe like I have and trimming parts down and, measuring things and trimming weight off of each component. And it's like, it's a Huffy, dude. It's a Huffy 10 speed. But Hollywood, makes a great movie. Okay, so this is let's take the tube off the tire and tube off that bad rim. And we're not using this. We're just not going to use that. It's not poking through yet, but it's all rusty and nasty and shrunken, and there's rust all over it. And it's just a matter of time. We could probably stretch this and look for a hole. There probably is a hole in this. We're just not going to, this is just not our style. Yes, the rims are already rusty, but would you put that back on there? Would you put a tube back on that? Probably not. Let's just make that go away. All right, let's take this quick release off. And we don't have quick release brakes, so we had to undo a pad. That's the beauty of having quick release is if you have a quick release rim, then you should probably have quick release brakes so you can get it off the bike. Okay, so it looks like I probably repacked that too at one time. This is fine. But this big giant dent on both sides right there, and you can see where I tried to massage it a little bit with the tool right there where my nose is somewhere. Yeah, I tried to massage it, and there's another dent there, and there's another dent down here. So there's 3 big dents on this rim. There's one here too. We did get most of this one out to my benefit. Anyway, let's take this tube and tire off. We're tired of messing around. It's toast. I mean, the tube and tire is great, but the rim is not. And it really doesn't really make a hill of beans. It's a quick release rim, but the brakes are not quick release. I don't think you could get that in 65 on a varsity. Maybe on some other slightly higher end bike. Maybe. You guys still here? Yeah. Where would you go? Okay. All right, so let's get this tire off. I don't think I'm going to need levers. We'll see. Rust here now. Okay, let's just see if I can muscle this off. Die. Okay. The rim liner is glued to the new tube. Why does that happen? Oh, I know why. The new rim liners have a little bit of where they glued them. Yeah, this is the new rim liner, and there's a little bit of extra glue where where it overlaps. There's a little extra glue right there. I was wondering why that was happening. Okay, so let's spin this one so you guys can see just how bad this is. I mean, it's like, yeah, I'm not running that. That's a huge up and down hop. 2 of them. So somebody hit a curb really hard. Nice hub. It's unfortunate. The hub, and I repacked it, and it's got the quick release. We might be able to string another Schwinn rim onto this using the Schwinn, using the crossover technique. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Okay, we'll throw this to the side for now. If we were smart, we put this other tube and tire on it and and throw it up in the rack. But why? And then I would probably try to reuse it. So let's not set ourselves up for failure. Let's just leave that alone. We won't put a tube and tire on that. We'll just put that up in the rack with no tube on it, no tire on it. Okay. Okay, so the live feed for next week. You guys have got to vote. I'll put it in the community board too, so you can vote properly. You don't have to vote now. You can vote later. The live feed for next week shall be as follows. We can. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, let me pump this up and see how bad this looks, because this might not even be on the. If it's decent, then we're just going to let this bike go for a little while. Okay. And I think the live feed's going to be working on that green Voyager. My friend broke the chain on it. That's another whole video. We'll put a half link in that chain and work on that green 72 World Super. Oh, it's a Super Sport. I'm sorry. Yeah. We'll either work on this Super Sport, that opaque green Super Sport. My friend broke the chain, and we'll put a half link in there. We'll put a better chain on it and kind of dial it in a little better, true it up. We'll either do that or we'll work on the 71 Varsity. I should have that back from the powder coater. In fact, I'm going to definitely check on that this week. He said it would be ready. So 71 powder coated Varsity red, or work on the opaque green Super Sport, which only needs a chain and some minor tweaking. But we have a lot of the parts on Varsity. I did find the fork crown too. We were missing this fork crown, but I did find one. So it's going to be really nice. And it's got that red emblem and stuff. It's going to be really good. So that's your vote. Work on the 71 Varsity that's freshly powder coated, or work on the 72 or 3, I forget, opaque green Super Sport. We got to put a chain on that and a half link and make things right again. Somebody from Maine rode it up a big hill, and he broke the chain with his tree stump legs. We'll just call him Stumpy. Okay, so let's pump this up. Maybe we don't have to reseat it. Maybe it's just going to seat up really nice. Let's see. Nope, we're going to have to get the old silicone spray out right here and on the other side too. Yep, we're going to have to get the spray. I knew it. Okay. Because you wouldn't want to just seat right up, right? No. All right, I know it's right here. I'll just kind of hold it. Okay, silicone action. Way too much. All right, now let's listen to this for some pops. I hope I don't have to turn the compressor on. That's kind of bogus. I didn't hear it pop, but it kind of slipped on. Oh, yeah, right there. You can see how it's down. Yeah, we're going to turn the compressor on. Dang it. Hoping not to. The bells! The bells! Okay, let's see what's in there now, and then we'll see if we can put about 80 pounds in there and snap this one part out. I don't know if you can see that, but this side is not seated. You can see that this is down in there right here. The rest of it's good. The other side's decent, but that one little area is a little problem child. Let's see what's in it now. Damn it. Let's not drop your tools. There is 55 pounds in here now. We're gonna put about 80 pounds until this snaps. Well, until it has a little audible snap. Maybe you can hear it this time. Okay, so watch right here. You guys ready? Okay, watch right here. And I'll give it a zap. That's it. Yeah. Looks good all the way around. Okay, let's see how many pounds are in here, because I'm sure it's like 70 or something ridiculous. Something not good. Let's see, high pressure. So what are they talking about? It is maximum recommended is 90 PSI. That seems like a bit much. Let's see what we got in here. Oh yeah. There's 94. I think we're going to let a few pounds out. Yeah. There's 65 pounds. That's probably fine. Check the tightness of that. That's good. Put this chibi valve stem on, cap. And let's give it a spin compared to the other one. We'll give it a spin compared to the one we just took off. Huh. Like the tire's up a little bit here. Interesting. It's not terrible. There is a slight up and down hop. It's not bad. Okay, on this rim, like I said, there is no Schwinn locks. These don't really go in here because the rim, the fork is a straight cut. In fact, they don't even fit in. So we either have to use what we have with no washers. I'm tempted to put some washers on there, but I don't think it really needs it with this style bolt. I think we're okay. I think I'm just going to use that. All right, let's go back in here. these brakes is kind of a bummer. All right, let's get a wrench. Pop that in. Use Schwinn tools when you can. Can you guys see what's going on? Kind of, sort of. Yeah. Well, I think we're going to be finding a better rim. This one is not great. It is better than the other one, but not great. It's better. It's a better wheel. It's got an up and down hop. I think if I reseat the tire a little better too. I think the tire didn't quite get a good seat. And a lot of that, like I said, you can see this painted part is going up and down more than anything. It is better. Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah, I'd probably sell the bike this way. Maybe at a slight discount because the front wheel isn't the greatest. You know, I'd probably sell this bike just the way it is. I think I am going to switch the seat out to this. I'm going to find a actual Schwinn 10-speed seat. And this seat has to go on this other bike, and I'll show you why. It is correct for this. This is one of my favorite bikes. It's a Schwinn Racer I converted to 5-speed, but I've ridden it so much that the seat is just all burned up and the white part's gone. And we know how that is. Trying to touch those up isn't the greatest idea. And this bike didn't really come with this seat. So I'm going to find a Schwinn saddle, an actual 10-speed seat, and switch it out. And this one definitely will go on this Coppertone. Because why? Why wouldn't you? It's perfect. So we'll do that. Okay, so the vote. Let's get the vote started. Who votes for working on the opaque green? We do have to we have to fix the chain because tree stump boy from Maine broke it. I might have a video. I do have a video of him right after he broke it, walking it up the hill, the walk of shame. And he's blaming it on a bad master link, but I think it's his big stump legs. He powered up this big hill, and the master link is still intact. It's still intact, but the backside is broken. It broke the backside of the master link. Yes, it's a cheap master link, but the safety is still on there. It just broke the backside of it. So I'm blaming it on Tree Stump Boy. He needs to maybe get some liposuction out of his calves because they're too muscly. Anyway, yeah, he's from Maine and he rides a lot of bikes in Maine. So yes, he does have tree stumps for legs. And he broke me. This is the KMC chain. This is not a cheap Walmart. This is KMC. So yeah, tree stump boy broke my bike and now I have to fix it. But what I think I'm going to do is we're going to put a link back in and then we're going to add a half link. So there's going to be no master link and it's going to be a little longer because it was a little short in the frame. It's a little bit, the back wheel you can't see from here, but it was a little bit tucked up towards the front. So Okay, vote on that or vote on building the 71 varsity. And if you don't know which bike that is, just go back in the video. And after this feed, I'll put a link to that one. And I'll put a link to this one so you guys can see what's going on. And gals, but only about 1.7% of my viewers are ladies. But you know what? Props to you, ladies. You know, get out there and do stuff. Fix your bike. Use my channel wisely, and that goes for anybody. If you got questions, I've had deals where I've got down into the basement and picked out a certain bike somebody was having problems with, like Suburban back fender or something, and brought it up here and made the fender crooked just to make it right, so they knew what to do. If you have this question about Schwinn road bikes, especially racers, collegiates, speedsters, Suburbans, travelers, anything with a chain guard from the 60s and 70s. I'm not an expert, but I'll try to help you, you know, and we can both do it wrong together. Oh, and the guy that needs the front Stingray fender. Oh, a fender for a Springer. No, I don't have that. Yeah, good luck on that. So the 65 Stingray you have is a Springer. Yeah, I don't have the small Springer front end fender. That's good luck on that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's Piroshki. I told my young niece I'm a rapper, but she won't believe me. Yeah, you rolling, strolling, lips kind of swollen. I got the bar tape to prove it. You know, you're a rapper when you have several different kinds of non-Schwinn items. I hated to break out that white tape from the Hunt Wild, but I'm not going to give up the Coppertone tape for this one. I am going to sell this minus this seat, unless you guys chime in and really want this bike the way it is. I'll ship it out with this seat. Otherwise, I got to switch the seat out. It's got to go on this other Coppertone. You can see the difference. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's the exact same seat, and we all know how touching them up goes. No. Okay. Do vote. The Super Sport opaque green over there, or we'll have the 71 varsity frame back from the powder coating place, and it should be pretty awesome. We'll probably build that up and then go find some 700C wheels. After all that, there's not going to be any speeds. It's just going to be one speed 700C action. So maybe even fixed gear. It's kind of hard on a varsity to get fixed gear going on. Okay, peace out, and I hope everybody's doing good. Maybe a quick shout out to where everybody's from. How many people? I know Piroshki's from Vienna. Stapleton's from Ocala. Let's get someone else to chime in. I want to know just how important I am in the world. Let me clean up a little bit and put the string stand away. Because I actually do have to work tomorrow out here. Bummer. Yeah, we found some goodies for the varsity when we get it back. It should be pretty cool. Okay, let's see. Gotta put this back. Yeah, I'm gonna put this back. I gotta put this back. And if you're watching Tree Stump Boy, it's okay. The bike wasn't hurt, and it was just a master link that was probably defective. So maybe it wasn't your tree stump legs, but you should really have those looked at by a doctor, and maybe have some muscles siphoned out of there or something. Some liposuction on your giant tree stump legs. Oh man, I can't wait for him to watch this. I don't have tree stump legs. Your legs are skinny. That's the problem. Anyway, make sure when you take these off a wheel, make sure you save them in your goodie pile. In fact, we will use a zip tie to tie these back up. Hey, if you're ever looking around for bike boxes to ship bikes, and you go to a bike shop and they're like, "Yeah, go in the dumpster," and when they do allow you to, sometimes I even ask, but when you do get a bike box from the dumpster, give it a quick look over before you dump all the stuff out. Sometimes there's some of this for the frames. They pack it with this, which is nice to have. And sometimes there's these little plastic protector pieces for the wheels for shipping bikes. That's good to have if you ship a bike. There's several different varieties of this. And then there's always a few cut zip ties in the bottom. And if they didn't cut it right here, then it's still usable. Like this came out of I know it's cheap. I know, being super cheap, but to put parts back together or even a cable tie if you needed it, this was free. It was in a bike box. And sometimes they snip them the wrong way, so you can't use them. Whether they do that on purpose or not, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to save that up in the parts bin up here because, these are for Schwinn. And it's good to have if your fork allows you to have that. Which sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Right. So we're going to hang this back on I think we're just going to put this back in the rack without a tire on it, just so I know not to use it. Like what we'll do is we'll get a better rim and we'll use the crossover method. We'll tape a rim to this and switch everything over. And because this is a nice hub and the spokes are in great shape, it's just the rim is completely roached. And I don't think I'll put a tire on it and put it up there because then I'll be tempted to use it. So let's put it back up there. Okay. Take this off the stand. We were successful. Let's take this off the stand. It'll look better sitting next to the other Coppertone bike, right? And we did pretty good. This is a rideable front rim. It's not bad. There is a hop in it, but it's not egregious. Yeah, this bike is like once I find the right seat for it, because this is definitely going on this other bike. Let's get it off here. Oh, and it's got a bent pedal too. I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that in these pedals. Yeah. And there's more work to be done on that, but that's not on the roster for next week. That's not on the vote. I'm kind of just pushing that off. Like, I'm going to push that off to the side. I will find pedals for it. And if somebody wants to buy it, I'll sell it with that seat if they really want it. But I will replace the pedals for something better. There is one that's bent. And it doesn't need much after that. It's a running bike. Yeah, make me an offer. Make me an offer. I can't refuse. Okay, what else? We got to put some stuff away, and then I'll check in with you guys. Okay. I think we're golden. So yeah, that's the vote. You guys know what the vote is. I want to see some votes so I can so I can know what to do with my life. Thanks for tuning in to the Faulkner live feed. I used to call it Saturday Night Live feed, uh, but I think there's some kind of copyright about Saturday Night Live, so I'm just calling it Faulkner Fixes All live feed. We don't want anybody, from CBS or whatever suing me. I could just see someone calling me up. That's a patented phrase, man. Live from New York. Well, I don't know. I just thought it was weird not to. I've always said that. Welcome to the Saturday Night Live feed, but I guess I wouldn't get in trouble if I said that, but I don't know. Just going to move into a different direction. Okay. That is it, folks. And thanks for tuning in. Shout out to all my peeps. It's been fun. I'll look at the analytics and see what works and see what doesn't, see what people want to see. I can see in a graph like when people are interested in what's going on, even after the live feed. It'll play for a few days, and if it goes over like 300 views, then you can see exactly what people were liking and viewing. So but you do have your votes, so vote so I know what to do next Saturday. Okay, peace out and think good thoughts as always.